All right, guys, we're coming to you live here with an unboxing of some parts. These are all Squidbilly parts for our no prep car, and very excited about it. Got a bunch of Holley stuff that just came in. Some of the stuff was new to me. I've never seen one in person. Have you seen one in person, Phil? Now, Phil's really upset because he wanted one of these. If you guys know what this is right now, you guys can probably guess it's the lid for an intake, but it's got some extra goodies and stuff like that on it. So
it's not just any intake.
It's not any intake, no, it is not. So what I'll do is I will go over the setup of the car that we are planning to run. We got some parts to kind of get the ball rolling with that. And I'll list the part numbers in the description below. So if you guys at home want to get some of the same parts, you guys will have all the part numbers there. The setup is going to be Holley Dominator. It's going to be run off Holley Dominator. We already got a main harness here. So we got a main power harness. We got an LS harness for a 58 tooth reluctor, which is what the engine is. We're going to run factory GM sensors, very similar to the Colorado, a 4X cam gear and a 58 tooth reluctor. So it's going to have the LS3 front cover, and it's going to go off the factory GM cam gear. And then your LS harness is going to have like all your oil pressure and all that other good stuff on there. So intake wise, we were trying to figure out what intake we wanted to run. Car's going to be running alcohol. It is a cathedral port head. So we went with the Holley low ram intake. Oh God, I gotta stand up for this. This thing's a man. But not just any low ram. Where'd my keys go? I'm that excited. I'm losing everything. Oh, an actual cutting device. We're actually using something here at LS Nasty for its intended use. Very rare. So what's different about this setup is it is a Holley low ram, but it is set up for 16 injectors. So we got their badass beefy rails. And you get this out. Now the only part that they had in stock, they didn't have like the complete part number in stock, so we had to get it as a couple of different pieces. So we'll go over that now, but this is the low ram. This is the lower half of the low ram. So you have a lid and a snout, which is sitting behind me. You can see here it has it's already been machined for the 16 injectors, so you get 2 per runner. And we'll be running this with 2 sets of 210s, and we'll be running on alcohol. Very, very nice piece. Phil, I can understand why you're jealous. This thing's mean, dude. This thing is mean. So a lot of guys, and I'll say this right now for educational purposes, a lot of guys are like, oh dude, it's way cheaper to do the 210s, 2 sets of 210s than it is to do a set of billet atomizers. Honestly, I think they're wrong. I think all said and done, after you get all of the fittings you need to run 2 sets of fuel rails, 2 sets of injectors, it's gonna cost the same as going out and buying. The price difference.
eBay, Amazon, can't go wrong.
Unless you're doing what he's doing, which I don't recommend. I do it every once in a while.
I recommend it.
I do it for science. I do it for science.
And it works. If it works, it works.
It works occasionally. I almost died in a couple cars because of it.
What? Which car?
I almost died in the Boosted Rooster.
You about died in the Grand National, and it had billet atomizers. Yeah, whatever.
It had what?
Billet atomizers.
I'm gonna zoom in the hell into your face right there. All right, let me see this fuel rail. Holy shit!
It's like a double barrel shot.
Dude, this is, who's the guy? Elmer? What's his name?
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd. This is actually Elmer Fudd's barrel off his gun. So it's one fuel rail that has, it's essentially one fuel rail that has 2 into it. They have brackets so it bolts right up, and then all you need to do is just run your fittings right to it. We're going to try to wire the fuel or the fuel injectors to run together, so instead of being like 2 stages, they'll just both be running at the same time, so we'll just idle them down a lot. So essentially be like 400 and you can call it 450 pound per hour injectors, so very similar to like a billet atomizer 500 or 550 is how it will act. Some guys really do like the they like the billet atomizers, or sorry, they like the Bosch 210s over the billet atomizers. I personally haven't had any issues with billet atomizers. I think they're a great injector. This is just kind of the route that we're going with this.
Imagine putting 16 billet atomizers in there.
I mean, this, you'd make like, that's like pro mod, that's like RVW stuff.
Billet block.
I mean, I've seen a couple cars that have 2 sets of 850s in it, and I'm just like, what are you putting out a fire with that fuel? Like, you have enough fuel to put out a fire. The thing I like about the Holley intakes, they come with all the hardware, all your fuel rails, all your fuel rail brackets. This one, we ordered it in 3 separate part numbers. So we ordered the the lid here, which has a burst panel in it. And we honestly got this just because we're a little bougie, but I mean, that's why they offer it. They don't offer it not so you can't buy it. I mean, there's a need for burst panels. You guys saw, I've been dying to put burst panels on just about everything. So here's the lid.
So you can burst it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a backfire and it pops this up, it's way better than the alternative. And then we got a billet 105 throttle body snout. So this goes on the front of the intake manifold, and we got a 102 throttle body right now just because it's what they had in stock, and if you guys know how we operate here, it's like we need it yesterday. So you can run the 102 or the 105 with this snout, but the billet snout is an upgrade, and God, that's a tough looking intake.
Why don't you just spin the manifold around
so they can see it?
Yeah.
You want me to show the people at home?
Yeah.
Here, I'll put it on a pedestal for you. All the hardware and all this stuff's in here. It comes with your gaskets. I don't recommend running the little gasket for the throttle body. Just use RTV. That's a good looking intake there. It's the low ram, so it'll fit under just about any hood. Damn.
Hey, you know, we should put one in Chris's car and see if we can blow the cowl off of his car.
Like with this?
Yeah, with the burst panel.
Yeah. If you guys, I'm gonna tell you guys this once, all right? So if you're gonna get rowdy and put a burst panel on there, if you have a burst panel, you need to have an exhaust for the burst panel. Don't just close the hood over top of it. You gotta cut a hole out in your hood so if it blows, it gets out of the engine bay. Intake stuff, super excited about. Let's see here. Throttle body, we have the Holley. This is like the Sniper EFI 102 throttle body. Everything we do throttle body wise is all drive-by cable, and this one's really good here. I plug up the idle air control valve. I mean, you can tune it without it. You don't need it. It's just another place where you could have a vacuum leak. They make a block-off plug for it, so you get that. But here's the 102. So this goes right on the front of this. They're both LS bolt patterns, so no adapter needed here. They bolt right up, and no one give me shit that one's black and one's not. This is what they had in stock. Later down the road, if we're feeling real froggy, we can upgrade to the 105 and get a black one. But very nice piece here. I mean, throttle body wise, it works. It's very good. So we'll put that back in there before I lose all the parts for that. And then I think the last thing that we got here, sorry, it's like a crazy spontaneous video out of nowhere, is the, I got just a couple little things. I got, what is this? Solid state solenoid driver for bump box, Holley boost control that I highly recommend if you're running the Holley stuff. Get this. This has their high flow MAC valves. I'd say it's a little bit on the more expensive side, but it works really well. Run this and everything. I even like took this apart and had it set up to run in my AMS and the cow. But you can run the Holley boost control directly through the Terminator, the Dominator, or the HP. And works very, very well, all integrated through Holley. So get this, it makes your life a whole lot easier than running the multiple MAC valve stuff. And it comes with everything you need to install it. So it even comes with your fittings, your little agree fittings, run all push lock line. It's a very, very good piece. Again, I'll put all the part numbers down in the description below, so if you guys have a project, you can just get whatever we're running here. You got two NTKY bands. I got two because we're running a twin turbo setup, so it doesn't like ever collectively all go into one. So I figured we'll just run each bank so we can monitor that. Generally, we just get a collective idea of what's going on when we have one Y band. And then the last piece is our Holley Dominator ECU. So we run everything through the Holley Dominator, all the boost control, all the sensors, wheel speed sensors, line pressure sensors, back pressure sensors, everything like that will be run through here. Holley Dominator system, guys have been like 350s on it. Guys drive down the street to go get food in it. I mean, it's the Holley Dominator ECU, you really can't beat it. So there's all the stuff we got for Squid Billy. We're gonna get the motor set in there, get the intake set in there. We're waiting on some TDI turbos from Jose over at Force Inductions. I think we're gonna get a set of S300 chassis 66mm turbo, so we'll be running that with the twin setup, and then a BPF turbo kit and wired up. We are going to be running fuel system wise, it's going to be on alcohol, 2 sets of 210 injectors. We're going to be running the 10-gallon a minute brushless pump, so electric pump. So literally off the front of the engine bay, there's going to be just a motor and a turbo kit. That's it. Everything else is going to be in the back. So we're going to run it dry, no water through it, so it should be pretty slick. And yeah, I'm going to put this thing together, and I'll show you guys a clip of what it looks like all together. And hell yeah, dude, I'm excited about this. How good does this thing look?
I'm about to steal it. Is that Cathedral Port?
It's Cathedral Port.
Bet.
Yep. Cathedral Port too. All right, guys. You guys know we got a bunch of projects and a bunch of different parts and moving pieces and everything rolling around. So with this intake coming in, we're really not too far off on squid build. We got a lot of parts. Like I said, we got the Dominator and a bunch of like the little things that we need. So this is what the intake looks like on the car. The low ram, when they say it's a low ram, they're not kidding. I mean, it sits very low. You could fit this probably under just about any hood. And Ben and I were already talking about how we're going to run the fuel rails. We're going to feed them from one side and then have them come over and cross over underneath the intake and then return them from the other. So the engine bay is going to look super, super, super clean. All right, so here's a look at it on Squid Billy's actual engine. This is the TKM engine. It's one of the black sheep packages, and these aren't the valve covers. We're going to be running a set of TKM valve covers with the breather lines on it, just like we do on the black sheep, but looks really good. I'm super excited on how well everything comes together with this. So like I said before, all the part numbers, if you are interested in any of this Holley stuff, is down in the description below. And if you're interested in this TKM engine package, you can contact the guys over at TKM Performance. But every single piece we got here from today's little shipment of Holley stuff is in the description below, so check that stuff out. Other than this, I'm super excited. We got to get some fittings and stuff, and the fuel system, the plumbing of this car is going to be super simple. There's not much going on with it, and the wiring of it's going to be simple as well. Not too much going on with it, so I'm really excited. We're going to clean up all this other stuff that's not needed, all this other stuff where they had radiators and everything like that. We're going to go for super clean, super simple. We're going to be putting the frame rails and everything back in this car like it should. So super stoked on how well the Holley intake fits. This is like I think this is the first Holley intake that I've ever, really like got new. All my other stuff I really run like a Edelbrock Super Victor style intake, or I have that Texas Speed intake, or I run like a stock LS3 intake. So I'm super impressed with how nice this Holley low ram is. Really good solution for you guys that don't really want to go to billet atomizers but need more injector than just 1-2-10, and I'm super psyched about it. And like always, all the Holley stuff's really nice. What do you think, Phil? You are definitely on the market for one. I have a burst panel. I need one thing I will say is this, I think this is my only beef, and this is me being picky, is it doesn't come with the cage that goes around the burst panel. I don't know the exact term, but
silicone this on?
No, they have like an outer ring that you bolt on, and then it'll burst through the center. And
how does this see?
Yeah, you could put silicone on there. I thought you meant like, do you just like you slap some silicone and be like, all right, it's good. I didn't know.
This is not a Honda.
What if? Yeah. you said it. Well, what do you think of the low ram now that you see it in person? This one has a little upgrade, so it's got the billet 105 snout, but that's just us being bougie. I'm just gonna take it. Just gonna take it right there. That's it. I'm really excited about it. As of right now, they only have it out in Cathedral Port, which is what these heads are, so it works perfect. And
Cathedral Port is the best port.
Cathedral Port is very good. The new motor for the Colorado is a Cathedral Port motor, so very excited about that. But
oh shit, 706 heads.
You know what record we're going for? Say it.
Fastest
in the
stock cast
in the
Carolinas
world.
Oh,
we're bigger than that.
Oh,
we're bigger than the Carolinas. We're in the world. We are here for world records, not state records.
Not just the city, the world.
The world. The world. Yeah. So this is a intake to pan. This thing right here is a mean bullet right now.
Are you running these valve covers?
No, we got some TKM valve covers on the way.
Thank
you. Yeah, it's not an LSX, dude. It's not an LSX.
I didn't know if we were putting this in the S10 or what.
What is that? Please elaborate on that jab. Please elaborate there. What does that mean?
I don't know. Everybody with the damn LS swap S10 has LSX valve covers.
Everyone that LS swaps any old school cars, they're like LSX swap, and I'm like, not quite.
That's a 4.8, bud.
Stock block, sir. Not an LSX block. You're about $2 or $3 grand off. But this thing right here is a really nice unit, and I couldn't tell you how. I just want to look at it. I mean, you just got to look at it. That intake is mean. That thing's gonna peel some muffin caps back. Prep, no prep, in a damn bean field, on a grass field, on a gravel road.
I want some smoke with this when my car's done.
Are you? What kind? You switch up crack dealers? You got a new crack dealer?
Yeah, it's across the street.
Yeah. What kind of crack you smoking now?
I don't know what it's called now.
It must be good if you want some smoke from this thing.
Butters.
You really want smoke?
Yeah. I feel like no prep is not about how much power you make. It's about getting your car to go from A to B.
What makes you think this thing won't go A to B?
I'm not saying it won't go A to B.
This thing right here, I'm gonna say it live right now.
What?
John Phillips' tit. Turbo John's tit.
That's kind of a stretch.
Turbo John's
with you driving or
hey,
Chris driving?
hey, I started. Hey, whoa, time out. I started my record. I'm no longer 0-7. I'm 1-7 against Turbo John. So from now I'll go 1. I'll go to 2-7 until I'm on top. Yes, I said it. We're starting the record right now. Look at Logan's over here filming. What are you filming for your YouTube channel?
Yeah, I'm starting my own YouTube channel.
So you're branching off from OnlyFans.
I am.
Wow.
Fans only.
Link his OnlyFans down below. Give him a merch plug for his OnlyFans. Hit him with it. Everyone loves your merch plug.
Oh, I don't have no merch plug for him.
All right, y'all, quick little message before I end this video. I've gotten like 38,000 text messages, emails, DMs about who's the winner of the giveaway, and I'm filming this video Tuesday morning. You guys sent me questions asking Monday morning. There's a slight process to this. We are going through the process. I'm waiting on the results back, and then I will be notified who the winner is. So you gotta give me a couple days. I'm hoping by the end of this week I will be able to announce the winner. I'm hoping Thursday or Friday I can announce the winner. Also, that being said, I'm starting to double up on videos, so I might film 2 videos in a day, so that might push it back another day. But don't worry, a winner will be chosen here shortly. I think we only have maybe like 100 or so orders that have not gone out yet that are going out today and tomorrow. So all of your orders, if you haven't received your orders, they are on the way, if not already there, or they might be on your porch when you go home. So thank you guys so much for participating. I'm glad to see you guys are excited. I'm very excited to announce who the winner is, and I hope someone great wins it, and hopefully it's you at home. So thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.
If you understand, you know.